What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Totsuki, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today people have finally figured out how to get through this damage cap shenanigans in Super Boss Kizuna. It is a little bit of a weird situation though, so I wanted to give a huge shout out to Stump and his alliance, who I believe were the first people to kind of figure this out. So in terms of how this actually works, and just in terms of how the team is working, you do have to do a bug stall, which if you guys don't know how to do, when you tap and you can exit the game immediately, when you relaunch the game, it basically charges your special or your versus gauge of your character, but it doesn't actually like quit the turn, so to speak. I haven't really done too much bug stalling. I don't really know the best way to describe it, but you basically attack, leave the game, join back, and then you'll be able to get your characters charged up, and you do that continuously until you get your characters ready to go. Now, the thing is with this is that it all revolves around Dory and Broggy. So the way that this kind of worked is Dory and Broggy, with their special ability, state that they do 3 times the amount of damage that they themselves dealt with their own normal attacks at the end of the turn. So the whole goal of this team is to make Dory and Broggy do as much damage as possible, and what happens is that their end of turn damage does not get affected by the damage cap limiter when you reach 1 trillion damage. However, there are some caveats to this. You do need to make sure that when you are performing your normal attacks with your characters, the Dory and Broggy's damage is not affected by the damage cap. So you do have to be very cautious of that, which is why when I do perform my damage here, that I don't tap with Dory and Broggy as the 6th tap in the chain. I end up tapping them as the 5th tap in the chain to ensure that they get as much damage out as possible. And then hypothetically, if they do like, 800 billion damage, multiply that by 3, and yeah, you can get some crazy damage. Now, the thing is with this, I am using a Friend Captain Yamato at Rush level 2. My Zoro and Sanji is Tandem level 4. My Shanks is Final Tap level 1. So I have very, very low numbers here. Not too many people are having Yamato as Friend Captain in this quest, but they're very, very good with that Rush Sugo level 5, getting as much damage as you possibly can. Now, the damage that you do see in this video is nowhere near the damage that you can actually achieve. People have been able to achieve, 4 trillion, 5 trillion, 6 trillion damage with this strategy. So just wanted to put it out there. Once again, massive shout out to Stump, who was the original poster of this on YouTube. There might have been another person upload this as well, but Stump was the first person that I saw upload this one, which is crazy. So finally we have like some sort of strategy that we are going to try and follow to try and do even more than that 1 trillion damage that we were able to achieve beforehand. There are other strategies in order to actually achieve over 1 trillion damage. If we are somehow able to build teams that are able to do multiple turns of burst on an opponent, that would also be a valid way to do over 1 trillion damage. But even that's going to be really difficult to do. Building a team to burst multiple turns that do over 1 trillion is really tough, considering a lot of the time bosses will end up applying multiple different types of buffs and debuffs over the turns that you stand on that final stage. So it does make things a little bit more tricky, that's for sure. And another thing with this team is that we are still using Brook as a captain, which means that the damage overall is kind of less than likely. So that is something. So overall, there are probably going to be additional ways for more damage to actually be applied as things progress and as more characters release in the future. So this is a very interesting Super Boss Kizuna, as the last few Super Boss Kizunas, people have been kind of stuck behind the damage cap. Now there are kind of ways to bypass the damage cap using this end of turn damage strategy. Now, Dory and Broggy are not the only character in the game that can actually do damage, end of turn damage based on their normal attacks. Douglas Bullet can also do that as well. Albeit though, I think Dory and Broggy are a much better fit for these types of teams, but it is something that you can actually go ahead and apply. So first of which we have our Rush Sugo special of Yamato, giving buffs to Cerebral Free Spirit, and then we go ahead and activate the Super Tandem with Zoro and Sanji, giving us the 2.5, I think it is, or 2.25 times attack boost at level 4. And then it does do a lot more damage. We get tandem slots get buffed as well. And then we go ahead and perform our final tap with Shanks. And we did do our 5th tap with Dory and Broggy. And you guys are going to see here with the little screenshot of Dory and Broggy's end of turn damage coming through. We have our normal damage from our normal taps and 2.5 trillion damage coming in from just the effect of Dory and Broggy's end of turn damage by themselves. So this is going to be the optimal way moving forward. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video though. If you you guys did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.